days of Hanukkah, we say Hallel, reminding us to give thanks. Before I begin, I would like to really thank my parents for organizing such a special day for me and for all their love and support all the time. I would like to thank my family who came from Canada and the United States.
Stand next to your wife.
Grandma and Grandpa.
Tell her to stand next to you.
Here.
You never miss a Simcha. You even came at the hottest time of the year when I was born in August. Thank you for making such a big effort to be close to us. I love you. Uncle Yon, thank you for leaving your 6 kids for a week. It's fun here, right? You should make a aliyah.
Zing.
Uncle Mikey and Auntie Stacy, Moshe Elishav and Baby Tolly. Whatever. I'm so happy you could be here. I think about you all the time and I love you so much. And Uncle Mikey, thank you for learning with me on FaceTime to add new ideas to my bat mitzvah speech that I'm saying tomorrow. Love you and George.
Here.
Where's George? I love seeing you every week and talking to you all the time. I'm so happy that you live so close. I feel very connected to you both. Mazal tov on your wedding anniversary. John Jepat, je t'aime. Miriam, Ruby, and Elirad.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without you. We always have fun together and I love you so much. Last but not least, I would like to thank my teachers who prepared me for today. Tova. Thank you so much. By teaching me my lane, you opened a new opportunity. You are a very patient and nice teacher. And Gina. You are very smart, and it was exciting to learn something new every week with you. Thank you for learning with me to help me prepare this Bar Torah. Today is a special day, not only because it's Hanukkah, but also because it's Rosh Chodesh. In the Rosh Chodesh Torah reading that I just read, we talk about 3 types of korbanot that were brought in the Beit HaMikdash. 1, the daily korban. 2, the korban for Shabbat. And 3, the korban that we would bring on Rosh Chodesh. This short reading teaches us that there are events we celebrate at different times. Today is Friday, Erev Shabbat, which falls once a week. Today we are also celebrating Rosh Chodesh, which happens every month. Hanukkah, which is once a year, and my Bat Mitzvah, which is once in a lifetime. There is an interesting debate in the Talmud that Gina told me about with regard to the lighting of Hanukkah candles. The actual mitzvah is Ner Ish Beito, 1 candle per house each night. But if you want to add to the mitzvah, 1 candle per person per house. In our house, we light 1 Chanukiah per person each night. And if you would like to really add to the mitzvah, Beit Shammai says, Yom Rishon Madlik Shmone Mikan Pochet Ve'olech. On the first night of Hanukkah, you would light 8 candles, 7 on the second, and work your way down. But on the other hand, Beit Hillel says, Yom Rishon Madlik Echad Mikan Mosif Ve'olech. On the first night, you light 1 candle and work your way up. Obviously, we all realize we have been adding 1 candle each night this week according to the opinion of Beit Hillel. But what are Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel actually arguing about? Beit Shammai says that on the first day of the holiday, you are most excited, so we light 8 candles. As the holiday goes on, we get bored of it, so we are less enthusiastic. Beit Hillel says that Beit Shammai may be right. We naturally get less enthusiastic as time passes, but we should work on ourselves and be more enthusiastic towards the end. Beit Hillel adds to his reasons. Malim Bakodesh. When it comes to spiritual things, we should always be trying to improve. So each night, when we light another candle, we are adding to the mitzvah and increasing our excitement. As I mentioned before, my birthday is on Rosh Chodesh Elul. During the entire month of Elul, we add to our davening from Mizmor Kaf Zayin LeDavid Hashem U'Li Beishi. In this Mizmor, David HaMelech asks Hashem to please Shavti B'Beit Hashem Kol Yemei Chayai, which means, let me stay in your house all my life. And then David asks another request, V'Nevakel B'Heichalo, which means, and let me visit your temple. So which one does he want? To stay or to visit? The answer is both. Leshev b'Beit Hashem means to be comfortable in God's home. But sometimes when you get too comfortable with something or someplace, it gets boring. On the other hand, the visitor, the Mevakir, is excited and enthusiastic to be somewhere he hasn't been in a while. The Vidamach wants to be comfortable in God's home, but never to lose the feeling of the visitor who can find something new and exciting every time. This relates back to what Beit Hillel says. By adding a candle each night, we increase our excitement. As someone who has reached the age of Bat Mitzvah, I would like to use this lesson in my life, and I will work hard to make sure that I don't just keep my mitzvot because it's part of my daily routine, but because I find in my mitzvot something new and special each day. Shabbat Shalom, Chodesh Tov, and Chanukah Sameach.
I'd like to invite Rav Dani Schreiber to share some words with us. Okay, you can be in the chair if you want.
Okay, this was, I'm just going to say this part that I extracted and put back in. Yeah, okay. Okay, Rav Dani, we're so honored that you're here today. We look forward to hearing your words of Torah soon, sooner than it was before. And we want to tell you publicly that your wisdom, sensitivity, and guidance in planning this bat mitzvah and in leading our shul over the last year is a blessing we appreciate every day. You are our personal friend and our dear Rav too, and we thank you so much for your insight, research, and kindness in ensuring we can have a Torah from Shiftei here and we can enjoy this ceremony in a spiritual and halachic framework.
First of all, Mazal Tov. Mazal Tov to the whole Levant family. Mazal Tov to Gila. Usually, I speak first whenever there's a Bar Bat Mitzvah. And so if anything happens, it's me stealing the Dvar Torah from the Bar Bat Mitzvah. This is why we do that. It's okay. But Gila already gave the introduction to my Dvar Torah. But I wanted to share a Bat Mitzvah message with Gila and with the whole event family. And I'll just recap a little bit of what Gila said, which is that number one, we know that the core mitzvah of Chanukah is to light one candle each night. What's called Mahadrin is to light one candle per person on each night. And then finally, Mahadrin and Mahadrin, which is what everybody does nowadays, is to light one candle per person and adding a candle each night. So on the first night 1 and on the last night 8. But as Gila pointed out, there is a debate amongst the Tanaim, between Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel. Beit Shammai says we go from 8 to 1, and Beit Hillel says we go from 1 to 8. And as Gila pointed out, there must be a reason. There must be a reason why they argue. But there's where the similarities are. So Gila, thank you very much for your Divrei Torah. It was a beautiful idea. I want to suggest another idea. Whenever we encounter Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel, and we encounter them a lot, as you go through Shas, through the Torah, through the Torah Shabbat Pet, they have a lot of arguments. Some people try to connect some of the arguments. Some of the arguments are very, very easy to connect. In this case, actually, there is another argument, which also has to do with light. In fact, it has to do with a candle that we light. People don't know this so much, but there is another mitzvah that we do. Actually, we do it every single week. On Motzei Shabbat, we light the Ner Shel Havdalah, like we're going to do this Motzei Shabbat. Which bracha do we make when we light the Ner Shel Havdalah? So we make Morei Ha'esh. So many people don't know that that's actually also a dispute. That's the Shita of Beit Hillel. The Shita of Beit Shammai is that we say a different bracha, a similar bracha, but slightly different. Bara Me'or Ha'esh. So we go from Borei, which is in present tense, to Bara, which is in past tense. And we go from Me'orei, which is in plural, to Me'or, which is singular. So Beit Shammai says we do it in singular, and in past tense, and Beit Hillel says we do it in present tense, and in plural. What's that about? What are they arguing about? Can't they just get along? Why do they have to argue about everything? 2 words, just get along. So one explanation, Rav Chaim Yaakov Goldvich, the first Rosh Hashiva of Keren B'Yavneh, he gave the following explanation, which connects from Havdalah to Chanukah as well. He says, Beit Shammai believes in a very simple universe. He believes that everything should be simple. Everything should be pure, unitary, very, very straightforward. He says, one light. God, when He created the world, Vayihi Or, there was one singular light, and it may have even been different, scientifically even maybe, that it was just very, very simple and very, very pure. That was in the past. That's how HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. Bara Me'or Ha'esh. He only made one light. Then something happened. Adam HaRishon sinned, and everything happened after that, and there were Taryag mitzvot instead of only one mitzvah. Things got a little bit more complicated, a little bit more complex. That's what happened. That's the world that we're living in now. Beit Shammai believes that we should eventually try to get back to the original universe. And that's what our eyes should be on all the time. Always thinking about the past and thinking about the future and trying to get there. But Beit Hillel says we don't live in that world. We live in the current world. We live in the present world. We live in a Borei world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is creating the world as we speak. And it's a world with many lights, with many facets, with many different ideas. It's complex. It's not simple. As you enter into a life that is not simple, you have to know how to deal with complexity. You have to know how to deal with different opinions, with different realities, with different beliefs about different things. You have to know how to navigate that world. You have to realize, what am I going to do as I go through that world? It would be nice for things to be simple. It's a very simple world, a simple life, simple decisions. You don't have to really think about it. But the thing is, the difference between one light and many lights is not just the complexity, it's also the amount of light that there is. And in a dark world, many lights, a lot of lights, can illuminate a lot more than a single light. Beit Hillel believes that we have to learn how to deal with this world, so we're Mosif V'holech. We add more lights each night. Now, it's dangerous to add lights. Lights are dangerous. Fire is dangerous. It's complex. You have to know how to handle everything. You have to know how to make sure that the lights burn brightly, but don't burn too brightly. They don't go out. You have to be able to take care of them. Every single day, you add things. As you go through life, Gila, you'll be adding things every day. It starts now, bat mitzvah. Eventually, I'm allowed to say this, eventually you'll get married, you'll have children, you'll have grandchildren. Every single thing is another light. It becomes more complex. It's not easy. It's not simple. It's difficult. It's complicated. But there's going to be more and more light. And as you go through life, your parents will be here, they'll help you, they'll teach you, they'll guide you in how to handle more and more lights. Because the world is not simple. But you, Baruch Hashem, have two guiding lights. Take the metaphor a little bit further. And we live in a Beit Hillel world. Maybe one day it'll be like Beit Shammai, but right now we live in a Beit Hillel world where things are complex, and you'll learn to deal with that complexity. And Hanukkah is a wonderful holiday in order to teach you and to remind you of how to deal with that. So, Mazal Tov, Yiratzon, that as you enter this life of complexity and of learning and understanding, you maintain the grounded person that you are, a person that is able to evaluate circumstances and come to reasoned decisions, and it should serve you very well. Mazal Tov.